Alright, man, let's just get into it. The Indiana Pacers are currently up 3-1 in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Knicks as of recording this video. Game 5 is tonight, May 29th, and it's in MSG. Now, look, anything is possible, but let's be real here. The Knicks would have to pull off an absolute miracle to win this series. And the Pacers close it out tonight, or will they close it out in Game 6 or Game 7? I don't know. They're probably heading to the NBA Finals. Hopefully I don't jinx them. And waiting for them, the OKC Thunder. But we'll get into that. First, let's talk about how ridiculous this Pacers run has been. So coming into the season, yes, they made the Eastern Conference Finals, but no one really had them, making the NBA Finals, right? Cavs, Boston, the Knicks, even the Bucks, maybe if Dame was healthy. They were a nice team, fun offense, fast pace. Haliburton's cool, Carlisle's solid, but nobody was like, yeah, these guys are gonna beat Giannis with the Cavs, then take down the Knicks in the Garden. But guess what? They did, or they're soon to be. I don't want to jinx them. But guess what? They did. And they're doing it in some of the craziest, most chaotic, and most electric basketball we've seen in a long time. Let's talk about Tyrese Haliburton. This man was the most overrated player in the league for some reason. I mean, I guess I could see it. Some people have lost the definition of overrated. Some people just think it's, overpaid. But in reality, it's just, the fans hyped him up too much. An example, Rudy Gobert is not overrated at all because the fans hate on this man. If anything, he's maybe slightly underrated with the amount of flack this man gets. Overrated would be last year Derek White. People thought this man was a bona fide all NBA caliber player for some reason when he's not even better than Tyler Hero. I honestly don't understand. But yeah, how is Haliburton overrated? It makes no sense. This man is in the locker room. He's definitely summoning some sort of dark energy or something. I don't even know what's going on. Maybe they let us into the locker room. I don't think they will. They're sacrificing babies in there. I have no clue. There's no way. This man had 3 playoff comebacks that haven't happened in 25 years. Oh, only once happened in 25 years. They happened 3 times in the same playoffs against every single team that they've played. I honestly don't know. Maybe it'll happen against OKC if they make it. I'm not 100% sure. There's no way this man Haliburton makes this many clutch plays this consistently against this level of competition without some sort of ancient scroll being involved. I'm just saying because what he's doing is different. Let's go back real quick. Game 5 against the Bucks, they're down 7 with a minute left. Came back and won. Then against Cleveland in Game 2, they're down 7 late. What happens? Haliburton supposed to play at the line, grabs his own board, steps back, hits a crazy 3 over Ty Jerome. Crowd is silent because game flips. That's not normal. That's not even clutch. That's sorcery. And the game 1 against the Knicks. I'm sorry. This is definitely tops them all off. Aaron Nesmith, who I love, by the way, great 3 Indy guy, suddenly becomes prime Steph Curry. Hit 6 straight threes in 5 minutes to cut it to a 2-point game. The Knicks do what the Knicks always do in crunch time: miss free throws, turn the ball over, and then Haliburton hits what might be the genuinely the wild shot in NBA history, in my opinion. Yes, you got the Kawhi shot, but this Haliburton shot. Yes, it forced OT and they could have lost, whole clutch celebration. But luckily they won, so Haliburton didn't embarrass himself. Yeah, the bounce that high, that's got to be the wildest shot in NBA history. I don't even know how to describe it. It just bounced straight up, a hung in the air for a solid 2 seconds, and then dropped. Madison Square Garden was no, dead silent. An actual funeral in there, bro. This man owns the Knicks, bro. Give him part ownership. Oh my goodness. And that's the theme here. The Pacers just keep coming. Pause. They wear you down. They mess with your rhythm. They don't blink. Everyone through New York's physicality would eventually slow them down. But it's the Knicks who look worn out. Jalen Brunson is still hooping, but you can tell he's tired and flopping. I'm kidding. I don't like the Shea and Brunson free throw merchant narrative. His legs aren't the same, and the juice isn't there. The Pacers are now up 3-1 with the chance to punch their ticket to the finals. I don't care what your bracket looked like. No one saw this coming unless you were a Pacers fan. This kind of reminds me of the 2023 Heat versus Nuggets. Everybody expected the Thunder to make it, everybody expected Denver to make it, except for the delusional Suns fans. But, the only way you could have predicted this finals is if you were a logical Pacers fan, where you pick the Pacers, but you also pick the logical Thunder in the West. There's no way. Bro, I checked NBA Bracket Challenge. The Bucks were favored to beat the Pacers in round 1. They had 2% chance of Pacers making the NBA Finals. I have no idea I don't know why people underestimated them, but they have a legitimately great roster. And we haven't even been talking about the rest of the team, as I just said. Siakam, he's been a massive pickup. The way he's used his length, his playoff experience, and that mid-range game, that's been a game changer. You can see it in his clutch, too. He doesn't panic. He gets to a spot and makes the right play. Remember, one-time NBA championship with the 2019 Raptors. He's got the experience. Miles Turner, he stretches the floor, protects the paint, and does all the dirty work. And Nemhard, don't let the regular season stats fool you. In the playoffs, this dude is an all-star caliber player, almost as good as my GOAT Tyler Hero. Oh my gosh, he makes smart reads, hits timely shots, guards opposing stars, and he's built for the moment. And Aaron Neesmith again, dude deserves his flowers. Every team wants a guy like this guy. Knockdown shooter, tough defender, never complains, just plays hard. This man had an ankle injury that looked so bad, and now he's back. Like, make that make sense. The Pacers don't have a big three kind of vibe, but what they have is a deep connected roster with chemistry, confidence, and Rick Carlisle, who knows exactly how to get the most out of a team. Now let's fast forward for a second. Let's say they finish it up and beat the Knicks, which, let's be honest, looks likely right now. They've got OKC waiting for them. Yes, the 68-win Thunder. The youngest team in the league. SGA, MVP, Chet, defensive anchor, J-Dub, Swiss Army knife. It's a squad, a real squad. But I'm going to say this. This series, it's not the matchup people think. People got OKC in 4, OKC in 5. People say Thunder in 3. Oh, my goodness. But yes, OKC has the better overall record. They've been elite all year. But this matchup is interesting. You got Haliburton versus Shea, 2 elite playmakers. You got Siakam versus Chet. And honestly, Pascal by the physical advantage there. Chet's great, but he's still light. Yes, you could have Hardenstein guard Siakam. But guess what? You got Turner. How are you going to deal with Miles Turner? Turner and Chet kind of cancel each other out, spacing and rim protection. Nembhard versus J-Dub, that's going to be a battle. Yes, J-Dub all-NBA third team, all-defensive second team, all-star, and Nembhard averaged 10 points per game on 29% from 3 in the regular season. But, as I said, this man literally turns into prime Steph in the playoffs, so I would not be surprised. Neesmith on Dort, that's going to be key. Benches are really close. You know, Mathurin, Wallace, Joe, Wiggins, Jarris Walker if he plays, Ben Shepherd, Obi Toppin. That Bradley guy, which I hope doesn't play. I think Thomas Bryant is better. Here's the thing. Indiana's pace can break OKC's defense. Thunder are known for their length and switchability, but they haven't faced a team this fast, this fluid, this willing to turn every possession to attract me. Because they play their starters so low minutes in the mid-30s instead of the 40s, they have the energy and time for this. Thunder are known for their length and switchability, and they haven't faced a team this fast, this fluid, and is willing to turn every possession to attract me. And if OKC gets pulled out of defensive rhythm, they're forced to outscore Indiana, and that's when things can unravel. That's where the Pacers steal games. Look, I still think OKC probably wins the series, maybe in 5, maybe 6. But don't be shocked if it goes the distance, because Indiana has shown again and again, gotten the lights are the brightest, and everyone's counting them out. That's when they show up. You got 2 all-star level guys, 2 all-NBA level guys, multiple playoff risers, and they believe that's dangerous. So yeah, Pacers are proving the NBA wrong. The league did not see this coming, and the fans did. Most of us did, but they did. And they're 1 game away from turning this magical, chaotic, unbelievable run into a trip in an NBA Finals. And if they get there, I'm not betting against them. Not anymore. Yes, I am. I'm betting against them. You're dang sure I'm betting against them. Oh, I love OKC. Pacers basketball is real, and it might just be here to stay.